Good morning, JoAnn. How are you today?
I'm great. I don't see the recording little thing on. Oh,
Well,
there it is.
it's recording on my end, so I don't know what to tell you there.
Okay.
Um, it is gorgeous wherever you are.
Yep. This is the top of the hill at the ranch.
It does not look real. It looks very surreal. It looks like a painting behind you.
Oh
It's
my goodness.
fabulous.
Yeah. It's yeah. Yeah. It's magic. It's got magic within it.
Well, lovely. I am going to go ahead and pull an oracle card for us to get today's show off. Um, I'm pulling from the Earth Magic deck, which is by Dr. Stephen Farmer. Earth Magic, Earth Magic. It's kind of reminds me of the scenery behind you.
There you go.
So, what do JoAnn and I need to know about today's broadcast? For our highest good, of course.
Absolutely. I got frogs in my throat today, so I'm with the earth.
Well, I had a crow in mine the other day, so
Really?
a crow,
I know you swallowed a crow.
Gaia, nurturing. Isn't
Uh,
that gorgeous?
absolutely.
Those colors in there. It's a beautiful card. Beautiful card.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm going to read that to all of us. I just opened it up to frog, by the way. So we might have to look at that one later on. Earth Mother, Mother Goddess, Great Goddess, Terra Mater, and Gaia. In the Greek pantheon, this magnificent being was Earth personified as a goddess. Daughter of chaos, she was the mother and wife of Uranus. It is her body that we walk upon every day, and the substance of her own bodies is the substance of hers, is the substance of hers. It's from Gaia that we receive everything we need for survival, which she provides for us abundantly, nurturing our body, mind, and soul. She nurtures our bodies by offering the fruit of the trees, the greens from the earth, and the air that we breathe. She nurtures our minds through her awesome physical and dynamic beauty, and as depicted in this card, by the amazing colorfulness and diversity of the world she's constantly creating and recreating. She nurtures our souls by caressing us with her blessings each day and challenging us to to be better humans through her response to our attentions and intentions. Receiving can be a sacred act if your intention is to honor spirit. It is as holy as giving when performed with a humble and open heart. This is even truer when receiving much needed nurturing. So let others give to you. It may be a stretch to do so at times because of childhood conditioning, but that habit can be overcome. Your wounds can be healed. One way to achieve this is to nurture yourself and allow others to nurture you. Consider the actions you take that are self-nurturing. What comes to your mind when you really think about doing beneficial things for yourself? Set aside your ritualized habits and beliefs that restrict the pure act of allowing your body, heart, and soul to be nurtured. Lie on the earth and ask Gaia to rock you in her bosom as you breathe with her and relax into her loving care. Whew,
Wow.
that's like a big hug for Mother Earth, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, we're going to intertwine that into our talk today. We have a really special episode today. We are coming up upon the highest part of energy in relation to the Lion's Gate. Now, the Lion's Gate actually is a portal, spiritual portal that opens on July 26th, but the energies are at its peak on August 8th, of course, when the sun is in Leo. And I think it closes this year around the 14th. I could be off a couple of days on
Nope,
that,
I think you're right.
but it definitely peaks around the 8th. And the Ascension School of Spirituality is having a retreat day on August 8th, all day. If you go to the website, you can sign up. And of course, the website address is listed on the beginning credits of this and at the end of the credits. But it's easy. It's ascensionschoolofspirituality.com. So you can go to that website, and that's where you see all the mentors and all the packages we offer. We're running a bunch of specials around this time as well. So go over to the website after you finish viewing this and sign up, because it's going to be a great day. We're going to have something every hour. I can't remember the exact starting time, but I know for folks on the Pacific Coast, on the West Coast, it's going to be starting pretty early in the morning. So every hour there's going to be something going on, and there's going to be people live to field questions all day long. So it's one of those you can't miss it kind of events.
Right. Plus that, it goes right in with the card you just got of nurturing yourself. This would be a day of really, really nurturing yourself and educating yourself and being open for all of these energies that will be at their peak that day.
Speaking of opening, let's talk a little bit more about what exactly is the Lion's Gate portal. This is one of those spiritual phrases that I don't understand as much as I would like to. And I'm learning that there's just some things that I'm not going to totally be able to research and get that intellectual knowing that I'm used to. What I can tell you about the Lionsgate from what I know is that it's an extremely powerful time energetically, where the star Sirius, which is, I think often we call that the dog star. It's one of the stars in the constellation Orion. In fact, I think it's in the belt of Orion. No?
Actually, it lines up with the belt of Orion on the 8th,
See?
which is what helps to keep it, which adds to the power of what's going on here.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And in all honesty, it depends on where you get your information. It's not all exactly the same, but it's enough of the same to where we can say just what you're saying. This is a huge amount of energy, a portal way of light opening up onto this planet, and then it is accented by Sirius, which is 2 times brighter than our sun.
Right. And in fact, in ancient Egypt, they looked to Sirius more than they looked to the sun, because on the horizon, especially on this date that's coming up, it was the brightest object in the sky. And it really, I know they did a lot of predicting in terms of the farming and the Nile River and its flow and how much it would, water it would be providing for them. But also it lines up perfectly with the pyramids. And so there's an increased activation of energy because of the shape of the pyramid and how it was built, when it was built, why it was built, which is a whole other episode, lining up with that sun star, if you will, just to create this phenomenal energy. And at this point, it is when it is closest to Earth as well.
Right.
So that's why, the veil is thin, so to speak, and that portal opens up. And so it's specifically this bright light energy that is accessible, right?
Right. And it comes in with codes, abundance codes, awakening codes. And, when codes has confused me a little bit, because that's kind of a new term that's used a lot nowadays, but they liken it to codes for a computer.
Okay.
But they're saying, and so we talk about the sacred geometry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And those are probably a lot of the codes are in sacred geometry
Okay.
type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they send those in, and it's all part of a grand awakening for us. We're getting all of this amazing information anyway. All this light because of the time we're in. And now it's like, okay, now we get a concentrated stream of this light, and it starts out lightly, like you said, starts the 26th of July,
Mm-hmm.
because they don't want to just lamb blast us,
Wham!
Yeah. So it starts out, and then you get to the climax of it on the 8th, and then the day that after it's over, the 15th, I was reading last night, it said it can be an amazing day that day, because you begin to realize what you have embodied
Right.
of
Right.
all
There's
this.
a focusing or a narrowing, if you will, that happens.
Right.
After receiving all of this illumination, it helps you to focus on which path you're going to really concentrate your energies on for the rest of the year,
Right.
that solar
Right.
year, of that star year, I should say. So yeah, interesting times. And there's a variety. This isn't the only gate or portal. It looks like around every month there's a different spiritual portal based on the astronomy of the planets and the stars that happens, that allows different frequencies and energies to be transmitted and transmitted back and forth between Earth and whatever portal that's headed towards, going towards. So this one, however, gets a lot more attention, particularly in the past 5-6 years, because, like you said, it's it's well, it's more powerful, and it's waking us up faster. It's more concentrated, and so more of us are waking up and tuning into it, if you will, and paying attention.
Right. And Leo is involved here too, the astrological sign of Leo.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen pictures, over this year of the great white lion, it's a gorgeous picture. But Leo is of royalty,
Yes,
and royalty codes are coming in, because who is, we are actually sovereign beings.
correct.
And what is more royal than being a Christ of God? And so once again, we're being awakened in little different ways.
Right,
And if you happen to have Leo for an astrological sign, wow, you're probably
right.
in a really good position.
And when we look at the number 8, like you said, abundance.
Absolutely.
Um,
Power, stepping into our own power.
right, right. So we've got the Leo, we've got royalty. Lions have a big heart, and lions, Leo, the part of the body that Leo is associated with is the heart and the heart chakra. So, doing heart activations on that day with that specific intention to open that energy, that light, and receive it in your heart. That kind of gave me goosebumps.
Absolutely.
Is really important.
Absolutely.
So
And
much
I think
going
about,
on.
and I think about some of the Leos I know. And, and they're big teddy bears, a lot of them, they
They have
just
a big heart, don't they?
they're nurturers. They
Mm-hmm.
like to take care of things.
Mm-hmm. And one of our school's founders is a Leo, Sally. So I always think of her now when I think of Leo. And
Right.
she has that big heart, a big personality, just a good person that wants to share all of this knowledge, and she wants to share all these mentors with everybody,
Right.
and
Absolutely.
create in her own way, she's trying to accelerate everybody's awakening by creating this school.
Right,
So
right.
I think this is a good time to also um, say that the school conceptually came about last year on August 8th on the Lions Gate when MJ, um, who is another one of the founders, had the whole concept of the school channeled to her. So she believes that it was because the Lion's Gate was open and she was open to receiving that day. She received the whole vision and image of creating this school.
Wow. I did not know that. That,
Ah,
that is,
that's important to
that,
know.
yeah,
That's why
that's,
we're here. And
that's
that's why
right.
they wanted to do something really special this year, um, kind of to celebrate the Lions Gate and just to really um, get some activations going around that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And to touch as many, many people as we can. You know, there is sometimes people feel isolated during this time. And in all honesty, it's just because the light doesn't seem to be very newsworthy right now.
Mm,
Probably hasn't been forever. But there are so many of us carrying the light, holding the light. Everybody's got the possibility of doing it. You know, everyone's got the light within them. But
mhm.
there's a lot of people that are consciously doing this.
Right.
And so it is amazingly helpful when you tune in and connect with others that are doing what what resonates with you,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know. And it makes you stronger, it makes your light stronger, it stands you up again to where you can take it where you need to take it. Okay.
Right.
And
Right.
sometimes just standing there holding the light, that's what we do. I was talking to the matriarch Russian olive tree this morning. I knew I'd get you there. I had to think twice before I said this. And we were exchanging energies. And I thought, look at her. She stands tall.
Mm,
And she says, yeah, you all do. You know, you've all been here. You've all experienced this
mm,
in preparation for what's happening right now.
mm.
So helpful energy is everywhere around us, you know, with all of our guides, our teachers, our ancestors, the nature, whether it's
Right.
a tree in the backyard or a little tiny flower in a field of weeds, it doesn't matter. You know, nature has messages, and that's why it's so helpful to get on an event like this.
Mm, absolutely.
And you know, even if you can't spend the day, look at the layout, you know, pick the ones that look interesting to you
Hmm.
and jump on here and give yourself some nurturing, because most of us are busy nurturing a lot of others.
Right. And I liked in the card when it's talking about nurturing and nurturing yourself, but then there's a sentence that says, something about really think about it. What do you really do when you do self nurturing?
Right, I heard that.
You
Made me
know,
think.
and, take it from your head and put it in your heart. Really pay attention to that and what is that ritual that you do? It's important. That's very
it,
important.
it is important, and it doesn't matter what it is as long as it's yours. You know, my very, very favorite ritual that I've got is I get up in the morning and I take a 2-mile walk. And that's when I talk, and it's before I eat. You know, I drink a glass of water the minute I get up, and then I take this walk, and that's when I talk. If there's cows around or antelope around, and there's always trees, And there's birds. My God, the bird tribes are arriving like crazy.
Right.
Uh, you know, so that's, it's like the beginning of the day is about me. And
Mhm.
I guarantee you that seeps into parts of the rest of the day too. That isn't where it ends.
Right.
But I do think sometimes the way you start your day, the way you end your day, has a lot of effect on how your day goes.
Agreed. Agreed. Well, we're heading up to that time, JoAnn.
Are we? Okay, that was fun. That's
The
why I'm
time,
always so surprised because it goes so fast.
well, I tried to ease it in a little bit this time.
So I wouldn't go, oh no.
I know you're usually like, wait, what? So I just
Well,
did it a little slower instead of, okay, JoAnn, time for the activation.
yeah, there you go. Well, I think today I'm going to prepare those that are watching this
Mm,
a little bit for accepting the energies because it won't just be on the 8th. They'll start coming in on the 26th. So I think that's where we'll go this today.
absolutely. That sounds perfect.
Okay, so let's take a deep breath, deep heart breath, because we are actually in the world of the heart. We are witnessing the end of the world of the brain. But truly, truly, start using your heart. Breathe into your heart. Allow your heart light to fill your heart, to fill your body. And then allow the light of the Christ that burns within each one of us to also fill your heart and fill your body. And we're going to make, we're not going to have an orb, we're going to have an egg-shaped little spot that we're going to be in today, filled with all this light. And toward the end of this egg, you're at one end, but at the little narrower end, visualize a garden. Just like a garden that you plant and you prepare, and you've got little little plants coming up, seedlings. They're beginning to just break through the soil. And as you see this, understand that you've prepared them. You have prepared them for this amazing growth. You have prepared them to become who they are and what they are. And then look into your own heart and relate this to your heart also. Everything you've experienced in this lifetime and all your previous lifetimes was in preparation to awaken to who you are. So keep your nice breath going. Keep your eye on your heart, your eye on your garden. And then as you look out of this egg-shaped orb you're in, you see this bright, bright light. And you understand, oh my gosh, okay. You got this beautiful light, and there's this amazing lion. It's almost like you've got this gorgeous white lion, and he opens his mouth, and there's this light. So bright, so bright. You can hardly keep your eyes open, but you can see it in your mind. You can see it in your mind, and it's bright, bright, bright. And it's flowing down into your egg-shaped orb, into your heart, into every cell of your body, and onto your garden. into this garden. And it comes in and then it relaxes a little and it backs up a little, and you look at your garden and you're amazed. You are amazed because everything has become who and what it is. And you feel yourself, and you know you're taller. You know you're more full of who you are. And there's this bliss, this clarity. And this is just a taste. This is just a taste. And you take another breath and you seal this picture into your heart, knowing that before you go to sleep at night and when you wake up in the morning, you will remember, you will see this, you will feel the feeling that you've got right this moment. And it will grow. It will grow every day, and you will be prepared to take in as much as is in your highest wisdom. Take a deep breath. Simply saturate yourself in this feeling. And then bring yourself back. Bring yourself back knowing that you've not lost a thing by coming back. It's all within you. It's all part of you. We are all one. That garden is part of you. And we are back.
Wow.
And it is done.
It is done. What a beautiful activation, meditation, a beautiful oracle card, a beautiful conversation from my beautiful friend in beautiful Colorado.
Right back at you. I mean, everything is just, when things flow, they flow, do they not?
Absolutely. That was very uplifting. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
On the 8th.
Okay.
Namaste.
Namaste.